This is what he saw when he was trying to get with me, my first sugar baby offer. I'm just kidding. I was dustying on a bus stop. Now, when I had crashed my Nissan Versa, at this point, I started taking the 353 to the red line in order for me to go. But during the months that I was doing that, there was this old guy that just would keep driving past the bus stop. Now, I'm not thinking nothing of it because, you know, old people, they have these routines that they like to keep up. So I'm just like, okay, cool. This little old man, he just keep driving by. And I'm saying little old man. This is like a 6'4" something, 300 and something pound old man. So he's not little. He was huge. So one day he just pulls up to the bus stop and he's like, I've been seeing you take this bus and I just want to know why I'm sorry, y'all. I just want to know why a pretty young lady like you is riding the bus, this, that, and the other. Now, this old man is not smooth at all. There's nothing smooth about him. He got more nuts in him than a whole thing of Jiffy, okay? This man he's bumpy. There's no smoothness to him. So then I'm like, okay, whatever. This old man talking about taking me to work. I don't want to take the bus for 3 hours, so I'll take him up on his offer. So I get in the car. At this point, I'm 18. So I get in the car. And he was like, you know, yeah, I'm 62 years old. I own a bunch of like Oberweises. And I'm just like, why are you telling me all your, sir, I don't care. Like still not picking up on the fact that this man is really trying to poach me to be his sugar baby. So y'all, then he like, what you want to eat? And so me being a little basic little ghetto little kid that I am, I'm like, you can take me to McDonald's. I don't care. Like, take me to McDonald's. I want a Big Mac, no cheese. You know, make sure that the fries is hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking too much of it. So then he was like, is it okay if I take you to my house? I'm like, I don't care. I'm still not. So we get to his house. I'm eating my food. He ain't even bad nothing from McDonald's. I'm just enjoying my Big Mac and just having the time of my life. This old man started telling me, yeah, you know, my wife died a while ago and I just be sitting in the house lonely. And it's me. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Wife died. I'm so sorry to hear that. So then he's like, yeah, and I got these 3 bedrooms in this house. And you know, all I got to do is make you a copy of the key. And I'm like, this is when I pause. I'm like, copy of the key for what? I don't need to get in your house, sir. I have my own house. I live up the street from the bus stop that you picked me up at. I have a house too. I mean, it's not my house, but I live in it. It's my house. So this old man, he just like, you know, and you ain't even got to sleep with me. You could just come in, go into the other bedroom, or you could come in and you could cuddle with me. And I'm like, okay. So then eventually after me eating my Big Mac and him telling me his whole life story, he takes me to work. Happily, I didn't get snatched or killed because I was making very reckless decisions at that point in time in my life. And so he was just like, you know, if you need me to pick you up, I can pick you up too. I'm like, no, I'm okay. I think I'll be fine. It's fine. Because at that point in time, it's like, by the time that I get home, my mom's going to be home from work. So I definitely don't want you anywhere near my crib. And I don't need you dropping me off at my house because I don't need you popping up at my house. I don't know you, old man. So that goes on. And so I don't see him again for like another 2-3 months or something like that. So I'm just thinking the old man died or something like that. And I know that's really sad. Like I shouldn't say stuff like that. But he was older. Like, and you know, I mean, I don't know. But I saw him again. And then he was like, oh, I haven't heard from you. Why haven't you texted me? You still riding the bus? I could just give you the car and you could take it. Now, at this point, I'm like, you gonna give me the car? Okay. I'm okay with that. And he was like, yeah, because, you know, my job allows me to work from home. And this is sounding real nice. Like, I just use your car. You don't want nothing too much from me. This is cool. But it's just like, you know, I started to... My conscience started to like prick at me. And it was like, how would you feel if you were this old and you was this lonely and somebody started basically using you for what you got? So I'm not good enough of a finesser. I am from Chicago, but I don't like finessing people. Like, I prefer to work hard for my stuff. So it just started to bother me that this old man was really that lonely, that he was willing to just like, with this young girl who's obviously not interested in him. So I was just like, no, it's okay. Eventually he would text me and I would be like, no, it's okay. I don't need it. And I just started, taking the bus again. And anytime he would offer to pick me up, because he used to drive back at the bus stop, I'd be like, no, it's okay. Like, I just need to clear my head, because I felt bad. Like, and now I feel bad that I just, dropped him. But still, at the same token, I knew that that situation was not going to happen the way he wanted it to happen. It just wasn't. And I was not going to be, touching no flaccid peepees. That's just, even though he said he didn't want that, every man has needs. Okay? He's going to want you to touch his little peepee at one point. And I'm not for, I'm not for that. Maybe when I get to like that age where it's okay for me to be doing stuff like that with someone who's also my age. But not at 18 years old. I wasn't going to be doing that. Part 2 of this video. So that was the first time I almost became a Sugarbaby. Let's talk about the second time. So the second time, I started working at this club. Because I was like a traveling bottle girl. I didn't make a lot of money, which is the reason why I quit. And it wasn't that I didn't make a lot of money. It was just my party promoter was mad sketchy. And if y'all want his name, I'll let you know. No, I won't put that man out there like that. I might, but he still owe me money. I need my $70, homeboy. But I started working at this club, and one of these nights, it was supposed to be one of these like special nights or whatever. And this dude is like checking me out across the bar, but he doing it in this real creepy way. Like, he's sipping on his drink, staring me in my eyes, and he came there with a few of his friends. So I'm like, why is this man staring at me? Like, I feel very uncomfortable. So then one of his friends come up to me and he like, hey, my homeboy wants your number. Now, mind you, these older men were in their 40s. They're 40-something years old. So you mean to tell me you're 40-something years old and you can't approach a 20-something-year-old girl? Okay, so you definitely don't need my number. So I told his friend, I was like, no, I don't want his number. I mean, he can't have mine. I'm good. Like, don't even worry about it. So then he was like, all right, well, since you don't want his number, let me talk to you. And I was like, okay, whatever, since you bold enough. So then he want to be a big flexer. He pulling out this money, he pulling out credit cards, blah, 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 blah. And I meant you worked at a club. So I've seen this before. You're not doing anything extraordinary, homeboy. So then after the night's over, he gets my number. He's like walking out to the car, talking all this big stuff. When I'm going to see you again, la, la, la. Now, once again, I'm not really into, like, I talked to older dudes, but I'm not into dudes that's my mama age. Like, that's just too wild for me. So then, a few days later, I get a phone call. And the voice don't sound like the dude I was talking to in the club. And I'm like, what the heck? So then things started to add up. I'm like, this man gave my number to his friend. I got played. I felt so betrayed. So now, this dude, the one who he ended up giving my number to, he's very obviously African. So he's telling me about how he's an accountant at this nice firm downtown. He's telling me where he works. And I'm like, yeah, okay, great, whatever. Don't really care. Didn't want your number in the first place. I thought it was your homeboy. Like, I'm very disappointed. And so eventually I blocked him because I was not interested and I felt very played and I was upset. To this day, 3 years later, I'm sorry, 2.5 years later, because I got to be precise about my timeline, because I was with my ex at a certain point, and at that point I wasn't really I wasn't looking at nobody else. I was in love, and he played me too. But yeah, I blocked him. 2.5 years later, this man is still like, I've blocked him. I'm still, the way Androids are set up, you can see the messages that people have sent you. So I see all his blocked messages in my blocked folder, like they're still there. And then I downloaded this thing called WhatsApp because my friend ended up going down to Brazil to preach down there. And he's messaging me on WhatsApp, like, I hope you're staying safe during coronavirus, this, that, and the other. Sir, I have not talked to you in years. Why are you still messaging me? I don't get it. So there goes my life. There goes how I almost became a sugar baby twice. And old dudes still try to hit on me. It's only old dudes. It's never dudes in my age group. They never appreciate me. I feel hurt by it, but that's okay. Yeah. There goes my life. I'm going to say this too. A lot of this makes me sound very heartless, but I ended up getting to a point where I was just like, a lot of times you can't be nice when dealing with people, because when you say no the first time, they don't seem to get it. Like, I've said no to this man multiple times and he's still texting me. I don't like that. If I tell you no, my no means no. And now I'm at a point where I'm just like, I've done all that. I wowed out. And now I want to be a married woman. I don't know when this might happen or if it'll happen, but I don't want to play these games no more. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to settle down. I'm at a totally different place in my life. I thought that stuff was going to be fun, and it wasn't. So don't do it, honestly.